Pleasant good afternoon once again. This is John Verlin with On-Demand Advertisement Solutions, another digital marketing update. This is our 40th podcast. Started this business February of 2017. Here it is mid-November of 2017. And boy, I've been averaging, I guess, one of these a week, try to at least. I hope you're getting something from them. Love to hear from you if you have any questions or comments or anything. John Verlin12 at AT&T.net is the email address. Of course, you can go to ondemandadvertisingsolutions.com for the website. Today, I want to talk about something that, when I was in radio for 30 plus years, it always amazed me how many businesses I talked to that didn't have a real plan for what they were going to do for their marketing or their advertising. And so today I want to talk to you about 5 reasons your business needs a marketing plan. Now, I would think, just like a financial plan, particularly if you go to get a loan from a bank, you've got to have a business plan and financials and projections and all sorts of things. You would think a business would have a marketing plan as part of those documents that you would need to run a business or to start a business or review for the next year. But again, I'm really surprised how many, particularly small businesses, don't even have one. They kind of shoot from the hip. It kind of shocks me a little bit, I guess. But there's several reasons why you need to have a document. It's first of all, it's a strategic document. This is like I say, it's like a financial plan, only it's for your marketing. You got to kind of have an idea of your customer, your positives, your weak spots, your competitor, your competition, what they're doing differently or not. And so really one of the biggest benefits of having this is that you can focus your resources and plan for your business growth. That is very big. I mean, you've got to have something like a yardstick. And this, of course, helps you understand different factors that may affect your success. So instead of worrying about, okay, what about next year, you can actually kind of have a sense of control over your business and livelihood. And I know what that feels like. I've planned my own, and it does give you a sense of empowerment because you've got something in writing that you can refer to and check off as you go. Now, you're going to be tweaking it, but it gives you some place to measure as a starting point and to continue to measure from. It will help you, and by doing this, by writing this and researching, your marketing plan can give you the chance to basically identify your target market and understand how your product or your service can meet the needs of your prospects in that target market. It identifies your competitors and what your target customers think about your competitors' strengths and weaknesses, pros and cons. And this doesn't have to be elaborate. This could be a survey, verbal survey of Chamber of Commerce associates, or you take a group survey of people at your church that might buy your product and get their feedback. It's really important to do this because I have seen this happen in an online survey where every answer the majority of people that took the survey gave was just the opposite of the business I worked with management, what they thought it would be. Complete opposite. And you're like, whoa, we didn't do our homework, So it identifies your competitors and what the customers, prospects may think about them, the good and bad. It can help you position your brand, your products, and your services so that your target market sees your business as better than or different from the competition. It can help you set specific, measurable goals, time frames for your marketing activities, kind of like a project manager, so to speak. Help you map out a strategy to reach your target audience, including the messages, the channels, and the tools you're going to use. There's a lot of web-based tools today you can use, and this will help you in planning what to use, how much it might cost, that sort of thing. And again, it gives you, the second point I want to make is, besides being a very important document to have, and you don't just throw this thing away and put it in a bottom drawer, you keep it as a guideline, a measuring yardstick. It gives you control of your business, as we just mentioned. It allows you to allocate your resources and your budget to, if you have some employees, to motivate them. You can spell out the vision of where this is all going. And that is empowering. They can see where their ads or your ads are going to be placed, and they can even be a part of all that to help develop them. Yeah, we're going to put these on Facebook, some magazines locally. We're going to do some direct mail. They can be a part of this. And that's really important if you do have employees or a partner or a spouse. They need to be a part of this. A marketing plan written down, this document, helps them feel like they're a part of everything. And they should be. Just like any other plan you write down, you're going to succeed or you're all going to fail together. And it allows you to manage performance of each member of your staff and the efforts. How off are we on this? These things can be dramatic. But again, if you don't have it, just like a financial plan, if you don't have it written down and planned out, you don't know what you're doing, or you have nothing to measure against. So, second point is, marketing plan gives you control of your business. The third point is, it's important to have a marketing plan, but also keeping it up to date. And again, it's going to zigzag based on the market environments. If there's a stock market crash, if there's a war breakout or a political turmoil or something happens, that could affect your business. You have to adjust that. Okay, you know what? Business is down 20% this month. We're going to have to cut some things here. But that document gives you, and that plan gives you a map, a roadmap of where to go and alternate, because you already know where you came from. If you don't know your history, I forgot who said this, but I think it was in Glenn Ross. If you don't know your history, how are you going to go forward and make changes? So it's important to keep that up to date as the business grows and changes, and it gives you a reminder to update it annually, just like a financial plan or an insurance policy. Perhaps you do an annual review. Okay, we did this, we did that, this worked, this didn't. Let's review. And everybody can be a part of that. Okay, so that's the third point, is you got to keep it up to date, change it, adjust it. Fourth point I want to make is, marketing plans are not just for some big corporation. They're for small businesses. Because without customers, your business won't survive. And to attract and retain customers, you need to understand the value of marketing. And people are unlikely just to wander into your business and buy something if they don't know who you are, what you're selling, and why they should choose you over your competitors. And again, I mentioned this earlier, but a lot of small businesses I worked with in radio advertising did not see the value of marketing. They didn't understand the importance of it, and I was shocked. And the reason I was shocked was I'd say, well, okay, so what are you going to be doing? Well, we're going to try direct mail and got to do my yellow pages. And they put $20,000 aside for yellow pages for a year. Well, what about your other stuff? That's a directory listing. What happens if nobody sees it? Or nobody, what about next month? How are you going to call attention to the fact that you have a yellow page ad? Well, I hadn't really, I just assumed they would look. That's a big assumption. Well, why do you have to be in there to begin with? Well, my competition's there. I got to be there. So they felt they had to do it. And that today, you don't see that. You see it's all online. So the shift into this online, again, I've talked about this in other podcasts, but the shift in all this online marketing stuff, yeah, your competitors are there. Everybody's there. And they're all over the world. They're in San Diego or Chicago or New York or whatever, not just in Hoboken, New Jersey or whatever. So that's a whole nother discussion about competition ruling online, pushing you aside because of budgets, content, whatever. So it's much more than just fancy advertising and spending a lot of money. It's a lot more than just advertising and sales, and it needs to be taken seriously. So if you're considering all this for your business, take it seriously. It's otherwise, 6 months from now, a year from now, you may not be here because you didn't plan. And I know I'm not trying to talk down or anything, but these need to be taken seriously. And it also helps you find out what makes your business unique. It's building your brand, and it's crucial to building your business. Some of the questions you, again, have to consider to build the foundation of both your business and your brand. Okay, so what are the needs of my customers, my target customers? How do the competitors meet the needs of those target customers? How can your business or you help your target customers understand why your product or service is better than from the competition? And once you've considered these questions in putting together a business plan with the marketing plan, these are marketing fundamentals, basically. But once you've addressed these points, you've made the first steps in building a successful business and brand. And again, it needs to be taken seriously and written down and adjusted. John Verlin, OnDemandAdvertisingSolutions.com. You can contact me at johnverlin12@AT&T.net. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.